Assalamu alaikum, welcome back guys. My name is Zaheer Bhatti. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe this channel and give a big thumbs up to this video. As the title says, in this video we're gonna talk about the documents checklist for F1 visa. So before I starting this video, I'm just gonna tell you I'm not an immigration lawyer and I do not belong to any firm. I'm just giving my personal experience because my US student visa got approved and what kind of documents I used in that interview and in that visa process. So make sure you stick through the video, and if you have any question, please let me know in the comments section. So before I started this video, I put this video into two categories. In one category, I'm gonna talk about the necessary documents that embassy wants from you, and then I'm gonna talk about the supporting documents. So the mandatory documents, number one comes is the passport. Yes, your passport should be validated for at least year. It should be validated for a year. And second thing, your I-20 form. Yes, nowadays they are definitely accepting your paper form as well, because due to COVID-19, all these forms universities are not mailing you directly in your mailing address. So if you have a printed copy, they will accept your I-20 form as well. So the next thing you need is your DS-160 confirmation form. Yes, DS-160 form क्या होता है? When you apply for your visa application, you have to fill up the DS-160 form, and at the end of that form they will give you a confirmation page which shows that yes, this person applied for the visa, and then you have to print out that form and bring it to the embassy. The next thing you need is civis fee receipt. Yes, when you apply for the US visa, you have to pay the civis fee, which is $300, I believe. Right now you need that receipt. Yes, this person paid for their civis fees as well. The fourth thing you need is appointment confirmation letter. So when you apply for the visa and when you apply for the interview, they will give you a confirmation letter, and you must have to bring your confirmation letter to the embassy for your interview. Now we're gonna talk about the supporting documents. So these supporting documents are not fixed. It is varied from case to case. Some people need some documents and some people don't need these documents, and most of the time the embassy does not require you any form of documents because it is a interview based process, and they will whatever you told them in your DS-160 form, they have to go with your words. But these are the good documents you should have. You never know, sometimes the visa officer ask you these documents and you should have these in your hand. So the first document you need is all the documents you mention in your DS-160 form. You should bring all those documents. For example, you mentioned in your DS-160 form that you worked in a company, so make sure you have to have your letter from that company which states this person works from this amount of time to this amount of time. Next thing you need is your documents that prove your financial capability to pay your college expenses. So make sure you should bring your bank statement. It could be your saving account, your checking account, it could be your loans, how you have to support yourself in America, because education in America is definitely an expensive. So the next thing you need all the documents that proves the ties to your home country. It is very important because, for example, if you have a land, you have a house, and you have a business, your parents have a business, you should bring all these documents to the embassy. So, and one more thing, you should have a future plans, because usually visa officers will ask you what's your future plans after graduation. You should provide them the whole plan. It should be written, which is good. I feel like you can tell them better what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna spend my money, how I'm gonna spend my 1 year or 2 years or 4 years in America. So now I'm gonna talk about all the documents I personally used in my visa interview. So it would be different for everybody, but this is my own personal documents which I used it. So the first thing I had my financial affidavits. So all the money I had, all the money my parents have, I had a financial affidavit which it was attested from the court. And then I had my income tax returns. Whatever income tax I paid or whatever income tax my parents paid, we had that income tax returns as well. All of my degree transcripts, all of my degrees, all my transcripts, all my mark sheets, everything, because these are all the things I mentioned in my DS 160 form. So it is a good idea, you should have all these with you. Next thing, I work with some organizations where I done volunteer work, so I had those certificates and letters of appreciation from those. So that's a good option, because there was a one option in the DS 160 form where you have to mention your volunteer work. So you have to bring your IELTS, TOEFL or GRE mark sheet as well. I brought my recommendation letter. The same recommendation letters I sent it to my university. I had them in my hand as well. And then I had my national ID card, because when you apply for the DS 160 form, there is an option you have to write your Shinakhti card number, and that was the reason I brought my national identity card as well. So one more thing I brought, I took two passports photos. Sometime the visa officers ask you, give me the passport size photo. Sometimes they take it over there. So मैंने सोचा कि हो सकता है it is a good option if I had my own pictures. So these are the documents I personally took into my visa interview, and this is just a rough idea. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment section. I would be more than happy to help you. Stay blessed, be safe. Allah Hafiz.